Hi, welcome to the Josilyn Drake Show. I am so excited about our guest we have with us today, Miss Aquilla Harris, and she's here to talk to us about some great things that's going on that really touch my heart. So welcome to the Josilyn Drake Show.
Thank you.
We're so glad to have you.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, thank you for coming. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, my name is Aquilla Harris. I am the founder of Maddgirlz2. I'm very confident and admirable person to meet, and a mom of 3, a grandmother of 1, and we're here to crush all insecurities.
Oh, I love that, to crush all insecurities. Oh, wow, what a big task, because it's everywhere, and it doesn't matter our age, our color, we all have insecurities.
Correct.
At all times. We can be the President of the United States, and we have those insecurities, so really helping us to be able to know how to manage that is great, especially for our young people, today. So I saw a video where you were chronicling cutting your hair.
Yes.
And your reason for doing so really touched me. So can you please share with us why you cut your hair?
Sure. I have, at the time, she was 10, and she had insecurities of her hair being short. So to help her out, I let her know that, your hair does not make you, it does not define you, and you just have to be yourself. So to show her that, I gave, letting her know that Mom is going to cut her hair just to show you that when I cut my hair, I'm still going to be beautiful. I'm still going to be strong. I'm a Black woman, and we're going to move on.
Oh, that is phenomenal. So what exactly was, your daughter's name is Maddie, right?
Madison.
And
her
name is
Maddie.
Maddie. And so exactly what happened for you to make just such a huge decision like that?
Okay, well, let's see. First off, I don't want to seem like I'm bashing weave or protective hairstyles. So let me put that out there, because I was once that weave wear or wig wear. I used to do it.
Right.
But for her, it turns out that I had to show her that, you don't have to do this in order to fit in. And that one night we was going on the road for my birthday, and she was in the car saying some negative things about herself and her hair being short, that she wanted to be white. And I felt defeated. I felt like I failed. And I couldn't understand why she felt that way. And it was what she was watching me do in social media. And when I say social media, I mean the influences that you have on the cartoon channels or Nickelodeon, because she's not seeing a reflection of herself. So that was one of my biggest reasons on why I had to let her know that you still can be beautiful without long hair.
Oh gosh, I'm about to tear up.
I know, me too. I'm so sorry, but it's so touching to me, because we as Black women has not defined beautiful or being, beauty as one. We are beautiful just us being us. So we try to normalize ourselves to fit in. And I want her to understand that you don't have to fit in. Y'all excuse me.
Right.
But it's a very emotional topic, I can't say, because I don't want to feel like I've been defeated as a parent.
Right.
Excuse me.
I can just remember times. I have a daughter, she's 30 years old, and we just have those moments, and what I will commend you for is the fact that you didn't go and say, well, some parents will tell their daughters, wear your hair is nappy, or just, just being extremely insensitive and don't recognize the power of your words. When she feels safe enough to let you know what's going on with her, you rose to the occasion to say, what can I do to make a change, and that I'm going to start with me. And so, again, what you said about social media having such a huge impact on our kids today, but we are their first.
Yes.
Their first teachers. And so you took your power back,
I hope I did.
Yeah. Just keep doing what you're doing, and you're going to see the results of it. But I think you were blessed to be able to even hear that or know that, because those thoughts could have just been in her head and never come out, and you would have never known that that's how she felt. So that's a blessing that she was able to share that with you, and you were able to come back.
You're right. And it came out, I don't believe she meant for it to come out, but God let it came out for me to hear it. And that's what I was like, okay, I got to do something.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, okay, God, I'm dealing with something, you know, I need you to help me. And when he put it on my heart, you know, I'm like, okay, this is what I got to do. I got to sacrifice me.
Yeah, a mother's love there's nothing like it in the world.
You're right.
You can do a lot of things, but don't mess with my child,
exactly.
right?
Oh, you know, mamas don't play.
Yes.
Especially a black mama. You want to see a mama cut up, do something crazy, and she will come out.
Yeah, she turns into a whole other person, even a quiet little one.
You're right.
You know,
You're right.
Our kids.
You're right.
And so, once again, I commend you for what you did.
Thank you.
We want to go ahead and talk a little bit more about that. So we've already discussed, you know, where we think that she picked that up. And so for me, protective styles are huge because I'm just always on the go. And trying to manage my natural hair sometimes it'll end up in a ponytail.
Right.
And when I pull it up too much, it affects my hairline. So I have to, you know, kind of go back and forth with that. But when my life is very busy, I have to go to the protective styles. Right. At the same time, when I began to embrace my natural hair, everybody that knew was like, oh my God, you know, what are you doing? You know.
You're right.
But it just something within me. It was time. It was time that I embraced who God made me to be. And I commend the kids that are growing up now, you know, puffs and all of that. I can remember when my nieces were born. Now they're 10, 11, 12, and 13. And I have one that's 8. And they're all natural.
Great.
Yeah, and I remember telling their mothers, like, do not put perms in their hair. Do not put a relaxer in their hair. And so, of course, it was a learning curve for them because we never knew how to grow our own hair. Like, we didn't know how to manage our own textures. We were always either getting it pressed or, you know, or a relaxer in it or a Jerry curl.
Right, you're right. Cause, look, I had a Jerry curl myself. But, you know, we do what we're taught.
Yes.
You know, and when we don't, not saying accept, but if we don't take the time and love our hair won't love us back. So if we take the time and the patience to sit there and, you know, just take time, get back to the basics.
And I think what deters a lot of women is the learning curve.
Right.
Because there are learning curves. You know, you got to learn the type hair, you got to learn, is it 4C, 4A, you know, just the different textures, is it low porosity, high porosity, and all that kind of stuff. So it's definitely almost like going back to school, but it's worth it. You know,
it is a learning experience. With me and Madison, you know, I sit here, I was like, I don't know what to do today. You know, you don't supposed to put so much heat in your hair. You can't put too much oil in your hair. So it is definitely a learning process that you have to just make sure you want to take that journey and do it. You know, like I say, if you don't love your hair, it won't love you back.
Yeah. And I can say for myself, I've gone probably through 3 stages where I had to cut it off because of too much heat.
Right.
And I damaged it. So then I finally got to the place because I like my hair straight. I like it. It's more manageable to me when it's straight. But at the same time, you can't consistently do that because it affects your curl pattern.
Correct.
And it damages your hair. So, of course, I've gone 2 or 3 times cutting it off again and starting over again, you know, because that was a part of my learning curve. And I think one of the great things about the natural hair that's done for me, I don't have to go to the salon anymore, you know.
Oh, no. You know what? It's funny you say that. I told my daughter the other day, I said, I got to get my hair done soon. I'm going to go to the salon. And I felt a relief immediately because I used to have to run over the other side of town to buy weave to put in my hair. It was a process. And I felt like I was slave to it because I did not allow myself to go without that weave. I always said, you know what? I got to go do this. I got to go do that. And then go to the salon, pay $200 for hair, then go pay my beautician $150. And it's like, you know, I feel relieved.
I know you do.
I do.
We have created a billion-dollar industry with our hair care alone.
You're right.
And unfortunately, we haven't capitalized on it much, you know?
Yes, that's true.
And one thing about us, will always go and say, well, why you don't make these products for us, or why you don't have these products in your store. And you're always running to people trying to say why you don't do this for us, instead of us just rising up, making the products for ourselves, making them available online for other people to be able to access them, you know, instead of just going around the world with this protest and all that stuff. And I mean, it's good, it has its place, but
It does.
I think what I'm trying to say is, for us, it is for us. We're the ones that's spending all the money. We should be able to capitalize on this industry.
That is true, and I feel the same way you do. And with that, we're gonna have to level up.
Yes.
We're gonna have to set ourselves apart and become that person to where people is gonna come to us and buy our products. Just like it used to say, for us, by us.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't make sense for someone else to capitalize off of us when we don't have, you know, the tools and essentials to go to.
And, you know, some of it is just what Grandma used to do, you know, some of the grease and stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
Patience and time.
Yes.
You know, we have to sit back and, like I said, you know, let's get back to the basics.
Yeah.
You know, let's get our kids back in and teach them, you know, how to love yourself. Because the person that they're loving, you know, while they have the extensions or the weave on, you're telling them that their normal or their natural self is not good. Especially young kids, because they grow up to do exactly what we do. And that's what Madison was doing. She was sitting saying, Mama, I gotta go get my hair done. You know, what kind of hair I'm gonna get? I'm like, as I look back, I'm like, oh wow.
Yeah.
She's becoming me.
Yes. Who else would she become?
Exactly. So that's why I was like, okay, this is something that has to be done.
And I think this whole hair care journey is basically women learning to love themselves, as you've stated so many times. Because, to be honest, that's something that we were never taught to do. And as they say, you know, you're low on the totem pole. And I'm not bashing any race of people. I love all people. But I think that when one is a minority and it's not in a place of protection and safety and doesn't have an equality as everyone else, then a conversation needs to be had and continuously needs to be had until that person or that group of people has become equal with everyone else. And so I think because we came out the womb learning certain things, that as we continue to have these conversations, that they should continue until we're here, loving ourselves, the uniqueness of how God created us, just as everyone else has. Unfortunately, some things for us is that we've been trained by others that our uniqueness is not acceptable. Even as far as there are some laws, I think, where they said dreadlocks. You can't wear, it's not legal to wear dreadlocks, you know, to work or whatever, you know. And I can't say dreads are natural, but it's how I choose to allow my hair to lie together. And so with the new generation coming up, they won't have to bombard as we did people to accept how we look, because they just are naturally walking that way. And so everyone will have to come in and just accept that that's just how it is. And so I commend this next generation.
Me too. I do.
But I also want to commend the ladies who went before them, because if they never would do the fight, if they never decided to go in and say, look, enough is enough, I'm going to embrace these curls and these coils and all of that, then our kids would not know that it's okay to wear the puffs and to be themselves.
That's true.
Yes. So why do you think we have created this idea that someone with long hair is better than someone with short hair?
Well, it goes back to what you said, and I'm just going to piggyback. Embracing ourselves. You know, we was taught that long hair was better. We was taught that short hair was not okay. It's pretty much to like normalize us, to make us want to have long hair, to be accepted. So yeah, acceptance.
And I think also it's just not even just the women that need to be educated, our men as well.
Yes.
Because our men have an idea of what beauty is that has been portrayed, and they've grown up with seeing what they thought was beauty. You know, seeing mom's hair straight or relaxer or press or whatever. And so now you come with this new thing, and you know your hair isn't straight and it has all these curls. And some days it's frizzy, and you know some days it's just going through all this motion. I don't know who you are, you know. So I think the men that are probably ages, I would say 30, 35 and up, are like, what are you all doing? Whereas the next generation, because they grew up with it, it's normal to them.
Exactly.
So I think a conversation also needs to be had with men.
Of course, I truly agree, because you got to think about who raised those men. Their mom raised them, and mom was thinking the same way. Is natural, you know, not natural, being natural, but long hair and straight hair is better. So if I'm raising my son and he's seeing me do what I do, of course he's going to go and find the same woman that resembles his mom.
Yes.
So yeah, I agree.
Yes. I have enjoyed talking with you.
Well,
so we're going to take a quick break.
Okay.
We'll be right back.
Up next, today's segment of Dear Younger Me. Stay tuned. You don't want to miss it. This segment of the show is entitled Dear Younger Me, which is designed to encourage someone that may be going through a difficult time. It is our hope that something you say will inspire, motivate, or help someone else to win. What would you say to the younger you that may have been discouraged, worried, ashamed, afraid, hopeless, or angry? And how old are you?
I would say to that, I would tell my 21-year-old self, be patient. Take your time, live your life, stay encouraged. As long as you keep God first, He will make you prevail among things that you never thought you could do. I'm 44 years old now, and now I can truly look back and tell myself, self-love is the best love.
Welcome back. We're here with Miss Aquilla Harris of iPush Magazine, and she's sharing with us her story as she's walking her daughter Maddie through the process of embracing herself and embracing her hair. So the good hair, bad hair concept is real, not just among Black people, but among the human race. So when people say nappy, what do you think they're trying to convey?
Your hair not being manageable. You know, that's what I look at when somebody says, oh, you nappy-headed or whatever. It's not just being able to manage your own hair.
Okay. Do you think that they're being negative with a negative connotation when they do it? Or I guess it's just who's saying it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Not everyone, but of course some people might say this, you know, to be demeaning, but not everyone.
Okay.
You know, my mom would say, okay, your hair looking nappy, but that wasn't being mean. That's just telling me, okay, what are you going to do to your hair?
Right. Very good.
When somebody say nappy headed, I always think that your hair is not controllable or you can't manage your hair.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. I think when you have never walked the journey of managing your own natural hair, and then your daughter decides that that's what she wants to do, you have to be very careful in the words that you say to her, especially if you're a relaxed person, a relaxer. You put a relaxer in your hair, and you come and say, your hair is nappy. Right. I mean, they're so sensitive today, so you just have to
they are very sensitive.
Yeah, watch how you talk to them.
Yes, they are not the same kids when I was growing up, because it's like when we was younger, we had to be tough. You know, that was era, okay, you getting to know yourself. Your mom used to tell you, you better not come home. If somebody jump on your brother, you better jump back home. But it was just, you know, fight or whatever. Yes. But we had to be tough back then. Yeah. Now kids days, they are not as tough as we were. So you can't say anything, you know, negative or demeaning to them, because they take it to heart.
Reminds me of the scripture that talks about how a generation will rise, they'll be wiser but weaker. You know, yeah, and I see that a lot of our kids are very impressionable as well. And I think when we are not watching what they watch, you can't be there like 24/7, but you can on your walk when they're in your vicinity. You know, you can kind of monitor what's going on with the video games, with the phones, the iPads, and things like that, to kind of make sure that what they're being exposed to is in agreement with how you want them to be raised. Right,
and you know they're still sneaky. They will sneak and do what you told them not to do. Yes. But I think as long as we put a model in front of them and show them how we want them to act or want them to watch, they will follow.
Yeah, social media has a huge impact on our kids and how they see themselves. So we have to kind of come back behind all of that and say, that's just television, right?
Right, but you got to think about it. It has a huge impact on women.
That's true. That's true.
On men. I mean, it just have a huge impact on all of us. Whether we accept it or admit to it, it does. Very huge.
I agree. Why do you think it is so important to society that Black people look like everyone else when it's so clear that God didn't make them that way?
Well, it makes people feel comfortable with us. And, I look at it as if we don't look like them or act like them, you're not accepted.
Do you think that it's that important that we be accepted, or what is your
my views on that is, of course, everyone wants to be accepted. And that's why we normalize ourselves to be put in positions or to be accepted by other people or other races.
So when is enough enough? When do you have to just gather yourself and say, look, I can't be who I'm not, and take off the mask and just embrace yourself? And I think when you really walk in authenticity, people can't help but to really accept you as you are. But as long as you're portraying to be someone else, the mask is up.
Right.
That it's you're only going to get surface type of relationships, surface acceptance, in what you're pursuing. So that's your.
And with that, I think we are evolving now. Like you said, our younger kids are embracing themselves. They are. You accept me for who I am, and I love it. So now with Madison, that's what I'm trying to teach her is accept you. You can't be nobody else but you. Be you. So
tell us a little bit about, I know that you now have an Instagram page for Madison, and you're getting a lot of encourament about that. So
oh my
tell us a
God,
little bit about that.
It's amazing. The page is Maddgirlz, the number 2, and that's MADDGIRLZ, the number 2. We have had so many encouraging inboxes, texts. A lot of people is following the journey. They're going on, liking the page, watching the videos. It's been amazing. I watch or look at some of the things people send us, and it's just like overwhelming, So it is something that's definitely needs to be addressed because it's a lot of people out there that need to hear it and see it and just go with it.
Awesome. Well, it looks like you've been called for such a time as this to do it.
I know.
That's awesome.
Because when we started out with it, we never thought that it would, we never put it out there for the attention. And that's the crazy thing. I'm like, God, you giving me a platform to help somebody. And it's amazing. And I just want to do right with it.
Awesome. I think I've seen a couple of videos with Madison. One was a fashion show that you all attended.
Yes, she was in her first fashion show. She wanted to do it. Well, her first fashion show in front of everybody else because she gave us a fashion show at home. But she was in her first fashion show in, I want to say, March. And just to bring her out of her normal element and just give her some confidence. And I think that fashion show, like, literally put her over the confident level. But she did great.
Awesome. Why do you think we as a race of people have allowed people to make us feel ashamed about the color of our skin and the grade of our hair?
Well, that's such a long history of it.
True.
Yeah. It starts back when we was first brought here, Our parents, put it on them, and they have instilled the same thing in us. And if we don't break the barrier down, we're going to continue to put it in our kids. So it's, normalizing. We have killed our culture.
You said some really powerful things here, and I really appreciate you having the conversation. I appreciate you for having the courage to take this on, although you had no clue that this is what you were about to embark upon.
Right.
I want to encourage you to continue in Madison as well. I look forward to talking to Madison soon to hear her heart as well.
Oh, yeah.
I know that you're helping a lot of people, a lot of young ladies who can look in the mirror and say, yeah, I love me. Because, you know, saying that really is difficult for anyone, especially when you know yourself. But when you have outside influences that make you feel that way, that you can't look at yourself in the mirror and say, I love me, then that's where a problem begins. So, again, it is a blessing for you to know that was where Madison was, and to be able to come in at that crucial time and do something to help her to walk it through as well.
Yes, I agree. And I always say, you know, we as women, we are our biggest critics. And I say to that, self-love is the best love. Once you start loving yourself, everybody else will feel that love, and they'll love you as well for you.
Well, thank you so much, Aquilla Harris. We want to just say hi to Maddie and just keep up the journey, Maddie. We are excited about what your just transparency and what it is doing for, you know, people all over. Keep doing you, keep loving you. I can see you 2 or 3 years on major platforms being able to encourage young ladies to be and love themselves. So once again, we thank Ms. Aquilla Harris of iPush Magazine for taking the time out at the Josilyn Drake Show to talk to us about I Am Not My Hair.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for watching. The Josilyn Drake Show never stops. The conversation continues on Facebook and Instagram. Follow us, like us, and be a part of the conversation. Until next time, enjoy life. See you next week on The Josilyn Drake Show. Get Josilyn's new single from her upcoming sophomore album, In This Place, on iTunes and all digital outlets. Log on to jocelyndrake.com and get your Dear Younger Me apparel.